Everybody's phone's on mute. Silent. If it's not already there. Alright, so what we're going to do is get into the prayers. So, Amijim, which means to stand. Everyone faces the east. Wapanya Hakodam, which means face the east in the Hebrew. Alright? Everybody repeats after us. Okay? Go ahead.
Abinau.
It's like you have to say the Lord's Prayer.
It's like your Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abinau. Shabbat Shemayim. Badash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Tabaa. Atazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Natanganau. Lakam. Kab. Yawam. Basalaknau. Kabawaknau. Kasalaknau. Kabawakyanau. Walaa. Tawiyanau. Banasayawam. Bo. Hawashayinau. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Wata Parak. Laiwalamya. Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power.
Mayan. Habaa. Aizari. Ma'an. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Wa'arataza. Ayatan. Lamawat. Regalka. Ayawami. Shamarka. Hana. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yashan. Shalomah. Yashal. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yad. Yamyanka. Yamam. Hashamash. La'a. Yakaka. Wairak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamar. Makalra. Yashamar. Abnapaska. Yahweh. Yashamar Taza'atka. Babuwarka. Ma'aita. Wai. Awalam.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes. To the hills. From which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even evermore.
Prayer for the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Natanganau. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa.
Call Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Lahar.
Hamatazarani.
Hamasari.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakayam.
Hakuyam.
Hamakiyam.
Hamakiyam.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rakwa.
Arakawat.
Pray to bless Israel in Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Barakanau.
Barakanau.
Hagan.
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 At this time, you can say the name of a loved one once. Everybody repeats that name once.
For those that's on Facebook or YouTube, if you have someone that you want to send prayers up to, type their name in the chat. We will repeat. Anybody else can go start in the room. All right.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Israelite School U.P.K.
Israelite School U.P.K.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. Rapayala.
Rayada.
Kwamwa'on.
Famor.
The Barama.
Barma.
Katamawakwa.
Marakwa.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
Anybody else in the room? Tarak.
Tarak.
Ainawa.
Anawa.
Kudasayan.
Kudazayan.
Yapa.
Yapad.
Kishan.
DeAndre.
Ebony.
Annalie.
Annalie. Sharad.
Sarah.
Janie.
Jamie.
Azara.
Azar.
Shataryala.
Sataryada.
Kawana.
Kawana.
I said Sharad already?
Okay.
Alright, let's see. All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Anybody else?
Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
Wadaman.
Wadaman. Bless Israel in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the schools.
In the schools.
Bless He'll shield protect.
Bless He'll shield protect.
Loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damai Laka.
Adam Alayika.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Wa Al-Tashkwa. Al-Yadika.
Al-Wabika. Yarayamba.
Sawara.
Shabara.
Waita.
Waita.
Yaitazuwa.
Yatazawa.
Al-Tazapawandika.
Atazapomusa.
Abaro.
Abara.
Lakawa.
Lakawazi.
Wanakakiram.
Wakayadam.
Salaki. Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala Yasaka.
Yasaka.
Sham Yasha.
Sham Yashala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawaitazawa.
Nwai Tazawa.
Naba.
Naba.
Yakawa.
Yakawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakarawapo.
Karawata.
Ahalia.
Ahalia.
Adawan.
Adawan.
Bayashamai.
Bayashamai.
Allah.
Allah.
Yam.
Yam.
Mawaba.
Ma'abu.
Wahagari.
Wahagari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Waimuwa.
Waimuwa.
Waimalak.
Waimalak.
Palash.
Palasha.
Select. Palasha.
Palasha.
Anyashabia.
Ayashabi.
Tazawa.
Tazawar.
Gam Asawa.
Gam Ashur.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawat.
Sarawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Bani Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Ashayalaham.
Kamadian.
Kamadi.
Kasaya.
Kasiyah.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Kayabian.
Kayat.
Banakal.
Manakor.
Kwayashwan.
Kawashwa.
Nasimadwa.
Nashamala.
Bayanda Aura.
Mayadaro.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Dama.
Dama.
Ladam.
Ladam.
Shaythamu,
Shaythamu,
Nadab,
Nadab,
Ya,
Ya,
Mawah,
Mawah,
Kairab,
Kairab,
Wakatazal, Manai,
Ukatazal Manai,
Kalnaya Sakomo,
Kaya Sakamu,
Ashar, Amarwa,
Amar,
Nayurasha,
Narashah,
Lanawa,
Lanawa, Ah,
Nawa,
Nawa,
Alahayam,
Alhayam,
Alahaya,
Alhaya,
Shaytamu,
Shaythamu,
Kagalgala,
Kagalgal,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Rawakwa, Byra Yaira,
the Byra Yaira,
Wakalaba,
Rakalabah,
Talahat,
Dalahat,
Harayam,
Haryum,
Kantaradama,
Karnaradama,
Basiraka,
Masaraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapatka,
Patka,
Tabahalam,
Dalahala,
Mala'a,
Wala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kualawan,
Kualawan,
Waya,
Ra'a,
Wakwashwa,
Kwash,
Shamka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Varya,
Bahala,
Bahol,
Adiai,
Idai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kapara,
Kapara,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abatu,
Waya,
Waya,
Daiwa,
Daiwa,
Kaya Ata,
Kayalata,
Shamka,
Sham,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labatka,
Alawan,
Alawan,
Alkaha Arataza,
Alkaha Rataza. Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence,
Keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Hold not thy peace.
hold not thy peace,
Be not still.
be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
For lo,
for lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the
They have
head.
taken crafty counsel
They have
against
taken-
thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden
and
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a
and
nation,
let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel may be no more in
that
remembrance.
the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted endured.
But perish at Endor,
They became as dung for the earth.
that became as dung for the earth.
Make them make them nobles like Oreb,
Make them nobles like the red,
and like Zeeb.
and like Zeb,
Yea,
Yea.
all the princes as Zabah,
all the princes as
and
Sabbath,
as Zamun,
and as the
who
moon,
said,
who said,
Let's take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
house of God in possession.
the house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my
make them
God,
like a wheel,
make them like a wind,
as the stubble before the
as
wind,
the stubble before the wind,
fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill the faces with shame,
Fill the faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy
that
name.
they might seek thy name.
O Lord,
O
let
Lord,
them be confounded in trouble
let them be confounded in trouble
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know that thou,
that men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the
art the
earth.
most high over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and
and
earth,
all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh
In the
Shah,
name of Yahweh,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
That evils and curses,
punishment, destruction,
punishment and
to the
destruction
heathen,
to the heathen
that speak against
that
us,
speak against
thy
us,
prophets,
thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school,
and the schools.
send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
punishment and destruction,
punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen.
and shake loose the treasure
Shake loose the treasure
of the rich of
of the
Israel,
rich of Israel,
that refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school,
force their riches,
force their riches,
to enter thy
to
sanctuary,
enter into thy
send
sanctuary,
evils and curses,
send evils and curses,
punishment and destruction,
punishment and
to the
destruction
Edomites,
to the Edomites,
and the nations,
and the nations,
and their drug dealers,
and their drug
the
dealers,
court system,
the court system,
prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology, militia,
Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, Skinheads,
Hazakamataza,
the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, cable access channel, and the radio channel, convict the spirit of any of thy people, that seeks to stop us, and bring swift destruction, to all the heathen, that stand in the way, try to stop us, from broadcasting your word, throughout the planet Earth, and lose all the players, cause them to go to and fro, through the earth and consume them, let the place take the house known by all, that it is the angels that have done it, cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world, cause them to shake at thy coming, in the name of Yahushua, thank you always, so be it. Sorry. That's right. You can put that down. Sorry, man. I was like, actually. Yeah, sorry, man. Salute.
Y'all about to see me outside about the thought.
Y'all got shit about that. Sorry, Trump.
La Yasha.
Alright, Yeshabia, everyone can be seated. Water from another room.
Let me know when it's good. Hold on, come, sir.
A little bit more. That's the lot.
You good?
I appreciate it.
Come.
Alright, so what we're going to get into next is, we just got done with the prayers. We are going to go over Ezekiel, the first chapter, verse 23. Is that correct?
I thought we was at 22 from starting off last week.
We started off 15 or 16. Verse.
We started at 15.
Yeah, we started off 15, so it's 22. There you go. Just want to double check. All right, so the brother's going to go ahead and read it in the Tanakh, then we're going to translate it into the English, all right? You may begin.
Come. Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 22. Wadamwa. Al-Rasha. Hakaya. Wakwaya ai. Kayan. Hakorak. Hanawara.
Put this on the
Watakat. Harakwayai. Kanapayaham. Yesharwa. Esha. Alaquata. Layash. Shatyon. Makaswat. Lana. Walayash. Shatayon.
Makasawat. Lahana. Gawayapyam. 24. Ba'asman. Akwawa. Kanapayam. Kakwawa. Mayam. Rabiam. Kapawal Sadia. Balkatam. Kowal. Hamala'a. Kakwal. Machna. Ba'imada. Tarapayana. Kanapayan. 25. Wayahayakowo. Maila. Laroquayai. I saw. Al-Rasham. Ba'imada. Tarapayana. Kanapayana. 26. Wamamaya.
She starts from 16, right?
26.
No. I said, where did you start from?
22.
Oh, okay.
Wamama ay. Laroquayai. Asar. Al-Rasham. kama ra'a, aban sa paya, damwa, kasa, wa'ay, damwa, kasa, damwa. Mala ma'ayla, $27. Wa'ara, bayatla, sabaya, mamara'a, Mathaniya, Mathaniwa, Balama'ayla, Wamamura'a, Ra'ayatya, Kamara'a, Ash, Wanagaha,
I want you to take your hood off.
Lawa, Sabaya, 28. Kamara'a, Hakushat, Ashar, Yahaya, Fa'aina, Baywan, Hagishan, Khan, Mara'a, Hanaga, Sabaya, Hawa, Mara. It's like a Mara. Damwa. Kabubad Gahawa. Wa'ara. Wa'apo, Alpanya, Wa'ashmai, Wawa, Isalaki. Yeah, Wawa, Marabo.
Chapter 2 actually next week. So, alright. So we are going to go ahead and translate everything that the brother has read into the English, all right? From the Hebrew to the English, we are going to get into it. And we're also going to just recap a little bit from last week as well. Well, so far, just to start off the class, does anybody know what we went into last week? If you were here last week, go ahead. Hey, yo, young man over there, stop making noise, please. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Just more information on the vision that Ezekiel saw and the descriptions of the chariots.
Right. See what I'm saying? Because in the vision that Ezekiel had, he pretty much, he was describing what he was seeing. And what he was seeing was chariots and angels in the vision. So he was pretty much in a bit of a trance. All right? A trance is, can be considered a vision. Otherwise, you could be asleep. You could be, you know how they say daydreaming, where you're just completely out of touch with reality and you're just staring off the midst of anywhere. You could be in a trance of something going on in your mind. You see what I'm saying? Or otherwise, you could be asleep having a vision about something. All right? So that's what Ezekiel, that's what was happening to him. Okay, just like many other brothers in the scriptures. We are going to pull precepts based on the rest of this chapter, by the way, just so that we can get some more context and some more understanding. All right? You may begin.
Come. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 22. And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal.
Right, was as the color of a terrible crystal. What is that saying so far? It's not saying too much different from what it said last week. If you can understand and remember from last week's Sabbath service, you should understand this today. Go ahead.
So I think this is like further explaining the order that the angel was giving off, or maybe the vision that he's seen as far as the angel was concerned.
Right. What Ezekiel is doing, he's just giving you a great detailed description. He's elaborating on what he is seeing. Go ahead.
When it says terrible colors, I don't know if that's like trying to explain like how powerful the vision was or how bright the light is.
Yeah. That's exactly what he's talking about. I'm glad you said that, because it's not terrible meaning like in a bad way. It's just
that great.
It's like astonishing. It's just like, it catch you by surprise. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, and really it's just slang. Just like what I said last week, just go ahead and interrupt me. That's not an issue. Go ahead. Over their heads above. What does that mean? We verse 16, right?
22.
Oh, damn. That's like my bad. I'm thinking about last week. Go ahead.
So again, it's describing the firmament over their heads, stretched over their heads above them. And again, just the breakdown that I remember hearing from the captain was this was more like the dome piece of the chariot.
Absolutely, that's exactly what it is. And also too, it's in the sky.
Right.
It's above you. All right, go ahead.
I can see how an uneducated person, a Christian, can read this and come up with that halo shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is not the only scripture though. There's many other scriptures where people think that it's talking about halos and shit when it's not.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But this is definitely one of them. I'll say for certain. Yeah, but I can definitely understand the misconception of that as well. It's very simple. You see what I'm saying? What's so funny about coming into the truth is like we have to get rid of Christianity, and we have to get rid of all that and bring something new into our life, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. That way of life, that lifestyle. But one thing that you never forget is just the lack of understanding that Christians have. You know what I'm saying? So, it makes sense. Like, I understand the mindset of a Christian. I understand how they're lost, how they miss this and miss that. It makes sense. You know what I mean? Of course, they would use this just like many scriptures that, you see what I'm saying? How destructive is the Christian church? What's the most destructive statement that anybody can tell me? I want to hear from all three of y'all. What's the most destructive statement from the Christian church that a lot of people don't find destructive? Go ahead.
That God loves everybody.
Oh my God, give her a hand. That's my favorite one. What's another one? From either Kanagabar or Mugabar. Go ahead,
It don't matter what color Christ is.
There you go. How about you?
God knows my heart.
God knows my heart. And everything that y'all all just said, precepts, is just running through my head right now. because all those things are destructive. Those things are very destructive. So them taking this out of context, the 30th chapter all the way to the 40th chapter, them chapters is probably the best to me, because he talks about the accountability, the responsibility that a person has over someone else's life. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, can you read that one more time for me?
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 22. And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal, which stretched forth over their heads above.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, like this color was so astonishing. It was just so, amazing to see. It was like down there intimidating, terrible. You see what I'm saying? But it stretched forth over their head, meaning it was above them. You see what I'm saying? You know how people say, oh, it's beyond me, it's above me? You know what I'm saying? These chairs were above them. You see what I'm saying? Because there are 4 dimensions, right? It's a lot of nuts out there that think that there's 5 dimensions, but according to the Bible, there's 4 dimensions. What's the first one?
The heavens.
Nope. What's the first dimension? Where are we at right now?
Earth.
Earth. So Earth would be the first one, right? Does everybody agree with that or disagree?
Agree.
All right. What is the second one then? It's kind of a pop quiz. It's not that hard. Huh?
Is it heaven?
Say it again.
Space.
Nope, not space. Very close though. You said what?
Heaven?
Nope, that's not it.
Is it?
Based on the scripture. This is the reason why this is the reason why I'm bringing it up. Because it says that the firmament, so like, what did it say? Hold on. Yeah, it stretched forth over their heads above.
The sky?
The sky is the second dimension. Then what is the third one then? Y'all both just said it.
Space.
Huh?
Space.
Right. Outer space. What's the fourth one then?
The heavens.
The heavens. You see what I'm saying? This is the reason why I said that for a reason. Alright? Also, there's a scripture about all that as well. See what I'm saying? If you never knew that, now you know. Okay? There's 4 dimensions.
I had them backwards.
Say it again.
I said I think I knew, but I had them backwards.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I done it before myself. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so pretty much this stretched forth over their head. So keep going.
Verse 23. And under the firmament were their wings.
Describing wings, but go ahead up.
You got 2 over here, you got 2 over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Think of butterfly wings. See what I'm saying? 2 that cover your body, 2 that cover the side. This side, that side. See what I'm saying? How butterfly wings, it looks like it's just 2, but if you look at the detail of a butterfly wing, it's really 4. See what I'm saying? There's 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. All right? And you see the design and the shape of it. It looks like it's pretty much 4 anyway. Okay? Keep going.
And will come. Verse 24. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the noise of great waters.
Right.
As the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of an host. Where they stood, they let down their wings. It's like when they stood, they let down their wings.
If you watch those, if you watch Esau's movies where there's angels, they're flying and stuff like that, you usually hear a sound, right? Just like an airplane makes a sound when they're in the air. Depending on how far up they're in the air and where you're at on the ground, you can hear it. You can hear an airplane. You can hear this. You can hear stuff that's in the sky. Their wings made sound because they were swift. They were fast. Now, I'll tell you from experience. Last week, I talked about when I saw those chariots, the most frightening shit I've ever seen in my life. And I remember just seeing how close they were, just hearing like a sound as it was moving. Now, to me, it looked like they was moving slow, but in the sky, they're moving much faster than you think. You see what I'm saying? And that was crazy. I remember hearing the sound. It was like it wasn't that loud, but you can hear something. And that's what I think. That's really what draw my attention. And then, I thought it was birds in the sky, just flying very high. But the whole time it was not birds. It was something else. You see what I'm saying? And they definitely have a sound. And also, too, just grab the precept for me. Job 37:4.
What did you say, Alphonse?
Yeah.
Job and
Yeah, Job 37:4. What I want you to grab, Kanakabar, is what is it? Revelations 1:15. That's what I want you to grab.
You want me to read it when I get it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, first.
I want the brother to read first.
Job chapter 37 verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
After it a voice roareth, he thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard.
Is that it? So, what is that scripture talking about? This is a precept to Ezekiel 1:24. Why did I bring this out? If you need to read verse 24 again to understand Job, just let me know.
Yeah, can we read it again?
I got you. I'll read it myself. It's
Okay.
Ezekiel 1:24. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the noise of great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of an host. When they stood, they let down their wings. Now, do you want to get into Job?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
37 verse 4. It's like in Job 37 verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
After it a voice roareth, he thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard.
Now, the voice of excellency, what does that mean? The voice roared. Go ahead.
Like a loud, clear voice.
Say it again.
Like a loud, clear voice. That you
Okay,
understand.
but what does the word excellency mean? Excellency is just another word saying like excellence.
Oh, perfection, perfect.
Right, okay. I like that. Anybody else want to take a shot at that? Of course, if you don't know a definition of a word, you can always look it up. Anybody else?
What's the word again?
Excellency. You want me to read the scripture again?
Yeah.
Okay, if you could, throw it out.
Come. After it a voice roareth, he thundereth with the voice of his excellency,
Mm-hmm.
and he will not stay them when his voice is heard.
It's not that hard. It's very simple. You might be upset if I give it to you.
Well,
It's okay. If you know it, you do. If you don't, I accept wrong and right answers. This is the class for that.
no.
No sweat. It's all good. See what I'm saying? Anybody else want to say crack at it while I pulled the precept? I pulled it to elaborate something. What am I trying to elaborate on? Okay, no sweat. So, what Job was talking about, once again, he's talking about something similar to what Ezekiel was speaking about, as far as describing not just what he saw, but the sounds. All right. If you know anything about the Book of Revelations, you will see how the angels. It talks a lot about the angels as far as how they move and what they do, and they also sing to the Most High. That's Revelations 14:2. But Revelations 1:15 has something to do with Christ as well. About that voice, that noise. See what I'm saying? This noise is just not no regular noise. It has something to do with the Most High. Are y'all following so far? Or just let me know. All right. Read Revelations 1:15 for me, y'all.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 15. And his feet unto like fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
And his voice as the sound of many waters. This scripture right here in verse 24 in Ezekiel, the first chapter, it speaks about the noise of their wings like the noise of great waters. When it says that his voice was like many waters, what does that mean? How would you break that down?
It was loud.
It was very loud. As you know, what's funny, when I go outside out of this building, I can still hear that ocean over there. That water over there. You see what I'm saying? It's very loud. You know how the waves crash against the rocks, crash against each other? It's very loud. That's how Christ's voice was. See what I'm saying? Now, the description of the angels and their wings, how they flew, it was very loud. See what I'm saying? A lot of times they call it something that's like a violent noise or something that's real loud. You see what I'm saying? That's how their wings were. Now, the reason why I got in depth in that, just so that everybody can understand. Because there's a big misconception with fake Israelites with Ezekiel, the first couple of chapters, or better yet, the whole book. I heard all types of nonsense, how they broke this down, and it's not correct. All right, so keep going on that.
Verse 25. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads when they stood, and had let down their wings.
That should be self-explanatory. Keep going.
26. And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of a sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man above upon it.
Who is it speaking about? Now, what is it speaking about? Go ahead.
This is him seeing the Most High coming in.
God, because the Most High is one that's sitting on the throne. All right, you will see examples of this or precepts of this in which book? Concerning the throne. Which book? I said it way earlier on purpose. Something that's very obvious. Go ahead.
Revelations?
Revelations. Because it talks about the Most High's throne all the time. Actually, matter of fact, get Revelations 14:2 for me. I was going to get that anyway. Because that's something very similar that's on topic. Revelations 14:2.
Revelations chapter 14, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
And I hear a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I hear the voice of harpers, and harping with their harps.
That's right. What is that talking about? That's talking about the angels singing. See what I'm saying? Singing, praising the Most High. It's another scripture that talks about how they say, holy, holy, to the Most High's throne. Non-stop. There's no breaks, there's no nothing. They just sing to the Most High all the time. All right? So y'all get that, right? So they're talking about the Most High. I'm surprised I didn't hear nobody saying that was talking about Christ, because I can understand how this can interpret how it's talking about Christ, but you gotta get context once again. Among about that was perfect. How you peeped that out. Keep going.
Verse 27. And I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire round about within it, from the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward. I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about.
So, who is that talking about? Go ahead.
It's like we're still talking about the Most High.
Come. Alright. Absolutely. That's right. So, let me see, hold on. Now, what is the color of amber? How would you describe that color? What?
So it's an orange color.
It's like a blood orange color. You see what I'm saying? A very beautiful color, by the way. You see what I'm saying? That was the color of it. All right, the appearance of fire round about within it, and then it gives gives it up when it says fire. We know that fire is. A lot of people think of red when they see fire, but it's like red orange. A lot of the times. All right, keep going.
And we'll count verse 28. As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain. So was the appearance of the brightness round about it.
Mm-hmm.
This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Most High.
Right, of the Lord, that's right. Keep going.
And when I saw it, I fell upon my face, and I heard a voice of one that spake.
How'd you break that down? Go ahead.
You saw the brilliant, or the excellency, the colors. Very bold, very bright, very powerful, surrounding the Most High. And when he saw it, he fell to his face, and he heard the Most High speak to him.
Okay, absolutely. Okay, and you will see these, the last two scriptures, you will see this again. You're going to see it in Ezekiel the 3rd chapter. You're going to also see it in Ezekiel the 8th chapter as well. All right, so that's pretty much what we're talking about. Just Ezekiel elaborating on pretty much everything that he saw. Okay. Which simply, he saw, something that the Lord gave him, which was a vision. You know what I mean? The Lord does not give everybody a vision, but those that he do give, he's given them it for a purpose. What purpose would that be for the Lord to show you a vision? If you know the story of Ezekiel, Isaiah, John, was it John the Baptist or John the Revelator? I think it was John the Revelator from Revelation. What's the purpose of the Most High giving you a vision?
To reveal something to you.
And when he reveals something to you, what should you do next? What's the next step? Also, too, there are sisters that also have visions as well in the scriptures, even young children. Go ahead, sis.
To do exactly what he's telling you, and to do exactly what he's telling you, basically.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go to a priest to get clarification if it was a vision or if you just turned back shit crazy.
Right.
It's like
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna pretty much say, among ourselves, like a woman should definitely do that. If
Right.
a woman has a vision, she has a husband, she should definitely take that to her husband ASAP.
Right.
If she doesn't have a husband, she should take it to the high priest.
Right.
And then a man doesn't necessarily have to do that, but it would be wise to do that.
Well, actually, if a man has a vision about certain things, they definitely should get counsel about it.
Right.
That's why you have your GEN.YAHANNA, you have other men who know how to break down visions and dreams, just to decipher which one is which. All right. If you see something that is clear and vivid in your mind, and you're either in a trance or you waking up from it, and it's really like hitting you hard, it's really on your mind, you should definitely go to a priest about it, because that can be beneficial not only to just yourself but to the nation. When you look at all the visions, this is for our learning. That's why Ezekiel told us. Ezekiel could have kept this to himself. All the other prophets could have kept it to themselves, but this is very important. So it's here for our learning. You see what I'm saying? I heard somebody in the world say, I don't get the purpose of a lot of scriptures. And I'm just like, damn, you sound very stupid. Everything in this Bible is very important. Now, when it comes to the law, statutes, commandments, that's just the bare minimum. But there's so much volume in this book that you would need. You see what I'm saying? Now, everything might not pertain to you as far as the Bible. Because, this law is about being a husbandman. A husbandman is a farmer. There's laws about, all types of different things in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? There's all different types of things in this Bible, but at the same time, everything is very important. And this right here in Ezekiel is very important. It's going to get more in depth and more deep. All right? Even you're going to see Ezekiel go through his own trials and tribulations when it comes to serving the Most High, which is a beautiful story as well. All right? So everybody get that, right?
Okay.
All right, no sweat. Any questions, any concerns? All right, no sweat. Yeah, once again, you're going to see a lot of this in the 8th chapter and also the 3rd chapter coming up next week or two. All right, so with that being said, Amijah, I need you to fix that. Fix it, yeah. I need you to blow the chauffeur. That's the vibe right there. Don't worry.
Yep.
Abno,
Watka,
Taba'a,
Taba'a,
Ratazaka,
Zaka,
Yaha,
Wam,
Wasalak now,
Wasalakina,
Kabawak now,
Kawakina,
Kasalak now,
Wasalakina,
Kabawak now,
Kawakina,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Tabiya'a now,
Tabaina,
Banasarawan,
Manasawan,
Abal, Hawashai now,
Ashina,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Amalakwa,
Malakwa,
Wahala,
Waala,
Wahataparak,
Wataparak,
Taiwalam,
Waalum.
Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in English, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done.
thy will be done
in earth,
as
as it is in heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this
our
day
daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us of our debts,
To give us our
as
debts.
we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our
And lead
debtors.
us not into temptation,
And lead us not into
but
temptation.
deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
Thine is the kingdom,
The thine is the
and
kingdom,
the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha, Ayanya, Alahari, Mayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Waraktaza, Al-Yitan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al-Yanawam, Samarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayishan, Shalomar, Yashal, Yahweh, Samarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ayakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Yashamar, Afnapaska, Yahweh, Yashamar Taza Wabu Wa'aka, Ma'aita, Wa'id Awalam.
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
to the hills. From whence cometh my help?
From which comes my help?
My help
When I slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by
The
night.
Lord shall reserve thee from all
The
evil.
Lord shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming
From
in.
this time forth
From this time forward,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Hey, rise.
Prayer for the power in Hebrew.
It's like you want to say Hakai in the Hebrew.
Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ukushai.
Yahushai.
Nathanahu.
Nathanahu.
Hakak.
Hakai.
Hakak.
Hakai.
Salaki. Lawapa'ah.
La'arfa'ah.
Kalmakala.
Kalmanallah.
Wakal Marawa.
Kalmanallah.
Hakak.
Hakai.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamat Zerayim.
Hazazari.
Hakak.
Hakai.
Lahakwayam.
Lahakim.
Hamakyam.
Hamakim.
Hakak.
Hakai.
Al-Rakwat.
Arakawah.
Hatama'Allah.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'Allah.
Yeah. Hatama'ala.
Hatama'Allah.
Hatama'ala.
Lagarsham.
Lagarshim.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Aman. Tawad Aman.
The power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of
In the
Yahushai.
name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Barakanahu.
Barakanahu.
Wayashal.
Vayashala.
Waha.
Waha.
Bayat Sapari.
Vayat Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
This time you can say the name of a loved one once. Everyone repeats the name once.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
There's nobody in line.
Then, okay, that's what the one. Tarak. Ainawa. Qudasayan. Kanagabar. Amangabar. Satariala. Bakar.
Officers.
Troopers. Students. Sisters.
And sisters.
All of Israel. I.S.U.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis. Israelite School U.P.K.
Israelite School U.P.K.
All of Israel.
Anybody else?
By Shem Yahushua.
Bless Israel in English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua. Bless us in Israel. In the school. Bless Hill Shield Protect. Loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam. Al-Dam Yalakar. Al-Takarash. Wahal Tasquat. Kayahna. Awiyabika. Yahama Yawan. Ra'ash. Alaimuka. Yahweh Sawara. Yawta. Yaitazwa. Altazapawanyika. Amarwa. Lakwa. Wanakakiram. Magalia. Wala Aya Sakar. Sham Yashal. Awara. Kaya. Nawaitazwa. Laba. Ikarwa. Alika. Baya. Yakurakwa. Ahalia. Arwan. Wayashamai Alayam. Mawa'aba. Wahagari. Gabal. Wa'imla. Palashat.
Gam Ashur.
Kasayasara. Kayabyam. Banakol. Kwayashwan. Nasumawa. Bayanda Aura. Haywa. Daman. Ladam. Shaitamo. Nadayamawa. Kaira. Wakazaba. Wakazabak. Wakatazal Manai. Call not say come. Ashar. Amarwa. Nayarasa. Nanawa. Nawa. Alahaya. Shaitamo. Kagalgala. Kakwash. Lapanya Rawakwa. Kaash. Tabayra Yaira. Wakalaba'a. Talahat. Harayam. Kantaradapma. Asarika. Wabasawapatka. Talahalam,
Talahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Qualawan,
Qualawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayamaquash,
Shamka,
Shuka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashua,
Wayabalawa,
say it one more time.
Wayabalawa,
Wayabalawa,
Agyai,
Ayai,
Wayakapawa,
Wayakapawa,
Wayabagwa,
Wayabatwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kayata,
Kayata,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Yabaka,
Alawan,
Alawan.
I'll call high
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
hold not thy peace,
will not thy
and
peace,
be not still.
be not still,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
for lo,
for lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the
They
head,
have taken crafty
they
counsel
have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy
and
people,
consulted against thy hidden ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel may be no more
that the name of Israel may be no
in
more
remembrance.
in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one
They are
consent.
confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee,
tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of
the
Moab,
Hagarians,
the Hagarians,
Gebal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and
the
Amalek,
Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with
They have
them.
hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as the Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as the
at
Jabin,
the brook of
and the
Kisan,
brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make the nobles like a
and
red,
like Zeid,
like Z,
yea, all
yea,
the princes as Zabak,
all the princes as
and
Zabah,
as Zamunah,
and as
who
Zamun,
said,
who said,
Let us take to
let
ourselves
us take to
the
ourselves
house of God in possession.
the house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my
make them
God,
like a wheel,
make them like a
as
wind,
the stubble before the
as
wind,
the stubble before the
as the
wind,
fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the flame set the mountains on
as
fire.
the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy
that
name.
they might seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded and troubled
let them be confounded in trouble
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to shame,
perish,
perish,
that men may know that
that
thou,
men may know that thou,
whose name alone is
whose
Yahweh,
name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over
art
all
the
the
most high
earth.
over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and
and
earth,
all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai,
name of Yahweh Shai.
listen to us now,
Listen to us now.
right now,
Right now.
See evils and curses,
That evils and curses,
punishment and instruction,
punishment and
to
destruction,
the heathen,
to the heathen,
that speak against
that
us,
speak against
thy
us,
prophets,
thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school,
and the
evils
school,
and curses,
and evils and curses,
punishment and destruction,
punishment and destruction to the heathen,
and shake loose the treasure
and shake loose the treasure
of the rich of
of the
Israel
rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school,
and force their riches,
force their riches,
to enter into thy
went
sanctuary,
into thy sanctuary,
send evils and curses,
and evils and curses,
punishment and destruction,
punishment and
to the
destruction
Edomites,
to the
and
Edomites,
the nations,
and the
and
nations,
the drug dealers,
and the drug
the
dealers,
court system,
the court
the
system,
prison system,
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
and
the gay
the
movement,
lesbian
the
movement,
lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army, Navy,
Air Force,
Marines,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the internet,
and the airways,
and the airways,
cable access channel,
cable access
and
channel,
the radio channel,
and the radio
convict
channel,
the spirit of any of thy people
convict the spirit of any of thy people
that seek to stop
that
us,
seek to stop
bring
us,
swift destruction
bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way,
that stand in the way,
try to stop us,
or try to stop
from
us
broadcasting your word
broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet
Let
Earth.
loose all the plagues,
Let loose all the plagues,
cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth and consume
through
them.
the earth and consume
Let
them.
the plague shake the house of the thief
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Let Yahweh Shai,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and
come
Gabriel,
down to flying saucers,
down with flying
punish
saucers,
all the heathens
and punish all the
that
heathen
come up against us
that come up
as
against
we
us
speak thy
as
word.
we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels that have done
that
it.
it's the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media
Cause it to be spread through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause it to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake it that comes.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai,
name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry.
Hold the horn one more time.
service. Catch us next week. All right. That being said, shalom. Clap it up.